Something big happened with Palantir today, and people are not ready for this. Apparently, millions of Palantir shares have been bought, but Wall Street just stepped in and dropped some bombshells. The Department of Justice might actually go on to something. Is this the start of something big for Palantir? Or is this something else? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir is showing some real strength, proving that it's not easily shaken. Yesterday's dip had some people worried when it slipped to the low 80s, but instead of staying down, it fought back, climbing its way up and settling comfortably in the mid-80s. That kind of resilience isn't something you see every day, especially in a market that's always shifting. At first, there was a lot of skepticism. Was this just a temporary bounce? Would it come crashing down again like so many others before it? A lot of people expected it to fumble, but Palantir didn't flinch. It held steady, refusing to lose momentum, and that sent a strong message: it's here to stay. And just like that, the whole vibe changed. The uncertainty faded, and confidence started building. Now, instead of questioning whether Palantir can hold its own, people are recognizing what just happened. This wasn't a fluke or a lucky break. This was a statement. But here's the crazy part. Something even bigger just happened today, and it could send Palantir soaring even higher. It looks like millions of Palantir shares have been bought back, and that's absolutely wild. This kind of move doesn't happen every day, and it could be a game changer for the stock's momentum. I'll break down all the details later in the video, so make sure to stick around. But first, here's where things get even crazier. Palantir just landed a massive partnership, and it could be a total game changer. Samsung, one of the biggest names in tech, has been dealing with some serious struggles in its chip-making business. Production issues, competition heating up, and just not hitting the quality they need. But guess who they're turning to for help? Palantir. That's right. Samsung is reportedly bringing in Palantir's AI-driven tech to fine-tune its entire process, and that's a huge deal. For those who don't know, Palantir isn't just another software company. It's an absolute beast when it comes to AI and data. It helps companies and government agencies sift through insane amounts of information, spotting patterns, and making everything run smoother. And now, reports out of South Korea say Samsung is using Palantir's AI to boost its chip production, improve quality, and fix efficiency problems. And here's why this is a big deal. Semiconductor companies do not share their manufacturing data. It's like a closely guarded secret. But if this report is true, Samsung is trusting Palantir with some of its most sensitive information, which speaks volumes about just how powerful Palantir's tech really is. Oh, and timing-wise? This couldn't be more interesting. Samsung just hit the brakes on its next-gen chip plans, likely to fix the issues with its current tech. And now, with Palantir in the mix, this could be the moment that changes everything. This news sent the Palantir community into full-on bullish mode. People were already excited about the stock holding strong, but this just added fuel to the fire. And you know what? Even Wall Street is starting to take notice. Yep, analysts are weighing in, and what they're saying is definitely worth paying attention to. I'll break it all down in a bit, but first, let's talk about one particularly bold prediction that came straight out of this wave of bullishness. One analyst is now speculating that Palantir is about to hit a major milestone, its first billion-dollar revenue quarter, and not sometime in the distant future. He believes it's happening soon. If that turns out to be true, it's a massive deal. It would mark a whole new era for Palantir, proving that its AI-driven business isn't just growing, it's scaling up fast. This kind of number wouldn't just impress investors, it would completely shift how the market views Palantir. Instead of being seen as just a promising AI company, it would officially enter the big leagues, standing shoulder to shoulder with the giants of the tech world. And considering how Palantir has been racking up high-profile deals lately, this prediction isn't coming out of nowhere. The momentum is there, the demand for AI is only getting bigger, and now even Wall Street is starting to connect the dots. And here's something massive. One of Palantir's biggest deals yet was just revealed today. The U.S. Department of Justice has decided to award Palantir a contract on a sole source basis. That means no competition, no bidding war, just a direct deal with Palantir. And that's huge. Now, the exact contract amount hasn't been disclosed, but let's be real. This is the DOJ we're talking about. When government agencies like this hand out contracts, they don't play small. This could be a multi-year, multi-million-dollar agreement, maybe even bigger. And the fact that they're choosing Palantir outright, without considering other options, that says a lot about the trust and reliance they have on Palantir's tech. For Palantir, This is another major stamp of approval from the US government. These kinds of deals don't just bring in revenue. They strengthen Palantir's position as a must-have partner for high-level government operations. And if Wall Street was already getting bullish, this news is only going to send things into overdrive. A contract like this doesn't just boost short-term earnings. It solidifies Palantir as a critical player in AI-driven government work. And when a company keeps landing deals at this level, the market takes notice. If investors were already eyeing a major breakout, this might be the push that sends Palantir's price soaring. And here's what's even crazier. Wall Street just stepped in. Jefferies attended Palantir's AI platform customer event. And let's just say, they walked away very impressed. They got a front-row seat to real-world case studies showing just how much Palantir's tech is transforming businesses. The kind of efficiency, cost savings, and insights Palantir delivers? It's next level. But here's the catch. Jefferies thinks all this bullish momentum is already priced into the stock. They're looking ahead a couple of years and saying Palantir's valuation is running hot. Their rating? Not exactly glowing. They slapped an underperform on it, with a price target sitting around $60. Now, that's where things get interesting. On one hand, Palantir is clearly proving its value in the real world. But on the other, Wall Street is still playing it cautious, acting like the stock has already climbed too much. But here's the thing. When a company keeps landing massive contracts and proving its AI is a game changer, those estimates can shift fast. So while Jefferies might be skeptical for now, the real question is how long before Wall Street has to rethink its stance? But wait, this gets even more exciting. It looks like the Palantir team isn't stepping back at all. If anything, they're doubling down. Palantir just made a bold move, and it's something that speaks volumes. They bought back their own shares. And not just a few. We're talking hundreds of thousands of shares, totaling nearly $20 million. That's not just a routine buyback. That's a statement. Companies don't spend that kind of money on their own stock unless they believe it's undervalued. It's basically Palantir saying, yeah, we see what's happening, and we know we're worth even more. And guess what? The market responded in a big way, sending the stock up by a whopping 17%. Now put this together with everything else going on. The DOJ just handed Palantir a major contract. Wall Street is finally starting to take notice, even if they're playing cautious for now. And on top of that, Palantir itself is making moves that scream confidence. All of this is setting up a moment where the market might have to rethink its stance on Palantir. Because when a company is locking in big government deals, wowing customers with real-world AI results, and buying back its own stock at this level, it's hard to ignore what's coming next. And looking at the long term, it's starting to feel like Palantir has a very bright future ahead. And you don't just have to take my word for it. Wall Street is finally waking up to this reality. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives just made a massive call. He believes Palantir is on track to become a trillion-dollar company in the next few years. Yeah, trillion, not billion. That's the level of growth we're talking about here. Now, if that actually happens, it's not just a win for the company, it's life-changing for investors. A stock that makes that kind of leap doesn't just go up a little. It creates millionaires. It turns small investments into generational wealth. And for those who got in early and held through the noise, that kind of growth could be the ultimate reward. Palantir has already proven its AI is game-changing. It's locking in massive government contracts. It's partnering with some of the biggest names in the world. And now, even Wall Street is starting to see just how big this could get. The question is, who's paying attention before it happens? But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it.
Shibarium burn. That's the phrase for today. Finally, we're witnessing the culmination of hard work, not just from Shiba Inu developers, but also other entities. Shiba Inu's supply is massive, and action is needed now before it's too late. We simply need more projects to move to Shibarium. And spoiler alert, I might have found that one project with the potential to attract a massive audience. The purpose of this project is nothing short of phenomenal. But what on earth am I talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. At this point, I think we all know what Shibarium is and its purpose. But while many of us are familiar with the concept of Shibarium and its role to help us migrate from ridiculously expensive fees on the Ethereum network, there's a deeper layer to this revolutionary development that deserves our attention. Beyond just a solution to high fees, Shibarium holds the key to addressing a significant challenge for Shiba Inu, the giant Shibarium. We're all chanting for Shiba Inu to hit 1 penny or more. But what about the burning part of the equation? The Shiba Inu dev team during these years has been pulling out all the stops to shrink that colossal 500 trillion supply. But most attempts have been a bit like trying to catch smoke with your hands. Not too successful. But Shibarium actually intended to be the final attempt to change it all. For the newcomers, the dev team promised to allocate 70% of gas to the Shiba Inu dev team. And while Shibarium was launched over 6 months ago, the team found out that Shiba Inu ecosystem alone simply can't pull enough transactions to finally start burning trillions tokens. I mean, they already did a $400,000 burn back in December, but it didn't impact the price much. So, just recently, the Shiba Inu dev team came up with a genius idea. The Inu dev team came up with a plan to onboard other projects onto Shibarium, aiming to supercharge transaction volumes and bring about a significant shift. Think of Shibarium as the Uber or Airbnb of the crypto world, serving as a facilitator for new projects, a middleman that orchestrates a win-win situation for everyone involved. For project developers, it's a golden opportunity. They can launch their own crypto projects for almost free, thanks to the ridiculously low fees facilitated by Shibarium. Picture this. A level playing field where anyone can dip their toes into building something substantial without breaking the bank. Crypto users, on the other hand, are in for a treat. They can seamlessly transact, invest in projects created by regular individuals, and secure profits, all with fees so low it's practically free. It's a democratization of the crypto space, opening doors for enthusiasts and investors alike. And let's not forget Shibarium itself. Acting as the conduit for these projects, it stands to gain from the increased transaction volume, generating a substantial amount of fees revenue. And let's not forget that 70% of this revenue is committed to being converted into Shiba Inu tokens and promptly burned. This commitment translates into a positive cascade effect within the Shiba Inu community. As Shibarium collects substantial fees revenue, the continuous burning of Shiba Inu tokens becomes a reality. It's a strategic move that not only addresses the challenge of the 500 trillion token supply, but also aligns with the community's demand for Shiba Inu tokens. Shibarium can burn trillions of tokens when fully active. And this is where things get interesting. In a recent revelation by Lucy, a key member of the Shiba Inu development team, the bombshell dropped. They are in the process of onboarding over 1,000 new projects onto Shibarium. Yes, you heard it right. A staggering number that promises to inject a new level of dynamism into the Shiba Inu ecosystem. It sets the stage for an unprecedented surge in transaction volumes, catapulting Shibarium into a realm of influence that could reshape the landscape of the entire Shiba Inu project. Now, as we stand on the cusp of this monumental shift within Shibarium, it's essential to recognize that the early stages are often the most electrifying. Picture this. The first wave of projects onboarded onto Shibarium is poised to experience explosive growth. And you wouldn't want to miss out on that opportunity. In fact, I've stumbled upon a project that's been going on for a long time. It's called the Shibarium Project. It's an exceptionally promising AI project. The development team behind it has not only pledged to bridge to Shibarium very soon, but also possesses the potential to send Shibariums. Transaction volumes skyrocketing. But what am I talking about? Well, let me explain. As it was mentioned above, this project brings a massive AI technology. Related crypto projects are not new. And yes, that is a trending topic. But here's the problem. All of them are only claiming they'll do something amazing in the future and are not ready to get product before they begin the marketing. It's like a trend. Everyone's talking about it, but no one is actually doing something. But the project you are about to learn isn't just chat. It's already brought something mind-blowing to the table. While others are all about promising, this one's actually delivering. So get ready to meet a project that's not just riding the AI trend, but has already made waves with something seriously impressive.